seed ever. Biomes, structures, loot. This seed has it all. And as always, all you need to do is create a world with this seed that you see here on screen, and let's get started. This right here is where you should spawn. I mean, it's a nice, peaceful area. I got some plains, a forest over there, a pale garden, which is kind of nice, but nothing too crazy. But once you're in, I want you to climb this mountain over here, and it's gonna get insane really quickly. Okay, this is the main spot that we have, and I know it looks really crazy. First of all, we got a pale garden surrounding the entire thing. We got a mansion, a pillager outpost, a village, and a ruined portal, all in one place. But before we explore everything, I want you to go back to spawn and head towards this oak forest over here. There is some stuff that we need to take a look at before we start looking at the main thing. There is a little jungle next to spawn, 400 blocks away, and I checked, it does have melons, and more importantly, it does have bamboo, which is really important for starting a world. But not only that, if you keep going on the same direction, it's gonna get crazier. There is a savanna over here, which is good if you want to find some armadillos for an XP farm. Link is going to be in the description below. But apart from that, there is a village, and there's a cherry grove biome that isn't that far away from spawn, so we can get some nice pink wood. And surrounding the entire thing is a huge ocean. As you can see, there's a lot of kelp, which is great for building a lot of farms. And now we can finally go back to spawn. By the way, there is a third village behind me, but I'm gonna stop with this area or I'm just not gonna stop. So let's just go back to spawn. And we're back at this insane spot. Let's start with village, which is pretty good. There is one blacksmith, a very decent first chest. You get 2 iron pickaxes, 1 copper spear, which is kind of nice as a weapon, 1 pair of iron boots, a saddle, and some food. And once you leave the blacksmith, there's obviously a lot of villagers, so be careful. And there's some hay bales for more bread. And talking about pillagers, there is a pillager outpost. There is a chest here on top, so let's open it. It is actually pretty decent. You get some iron, you get some wood, you get some carrots, you got a crossbow, and a bow of enchanting. We don't really pay attention too much to the chests because the main reason we look for pillager outposts is to be able to build a raid farm. Without a doubt, the best farm in Minecraft Bedrock, and I will also leave in the description a tutorial for a really good raid farm. And now if you keep going, you probably noticed that this place is just too crazy. Why is there an Ellie here and a raid captain, and it's literally engraved inside a mansion? This is also one of the best structures. Look what this guy's doing up here. A mansion is pretty crazy. There's a lot of chests inside, a lot of evokers that you can kill for totems, but not only that, for the first time in this video, we gotta follow the tradition. When I say GTTC, it means go to these coordinates, and when I say DSD, it means dig straight down. So GTTC and DSD for 1 block on top of the mansion, you will find this hidden room with a hidden chest. It may seem pretty bad. There's only like some rotten flesh, some mob loot. Music Disc Cat, one of the coolest music discs in Minecraft. But there is something a lot of people care about, which is the Vex armor trim. And talking about armor trims is gonna get crazy later. Foreshadowing, oh my god. We will skip the ruined portal for now because we will start looking into the pale garden. First of all, it's huge. Once you go inside, it's very spooky. It gets very gloomy. It gets very dark. You can get the pale wood, which looks absolutely insane, but more. There's some landmarks. So GTTC and DSD. This time is going to take a little longer, and be careful because you will end up in a trial chambers. Look at this crazy room. It's a crazy structure. It's got a bunch of vaults, a bunch of spawners, and a bunch of traps, so be careful. It's really good because it's right next to spawn, so it's easier to explore. Once we're outside, we're still going to be looking into the pale garden, this time surrounding the mansion. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, there's another spot over there. GTTC, we're going to start taking things seriously. I said this seed had a lot of structures, and I wasn't lying. The second structure is a trial chambers. Yes, another one. It's a completely new one with new vaults, new chests, new traps, and new everything. It's crazy that we found 2 trial chambers. I just wonder what other structure will we find 2 of. Foreshadowing, oh my god. And now for the final waypoint in this pale garden, GTTC and DSD. You know me, I love the best for last. Be really careful because you will end up in an ancient city. This right here is without a doubt the best structure in Minecraft. This is the giant portal in the middle, and this ancient city has some dripstone, but more importantly, it has over 20 chests. I obviously can't show you all 20 of them, but I will show you the best one that I found, and it kind of follows up with the thing that I said earlier. GTTC, but don't DSD. There is this room inside the ancient city. It's got 2 chests. We're gonna be looking at the one on the right. This chest is really good. First of all, you got a lot of coal, a lot of bones, name tags, but we don't really care about them anymore. Now it's gonna get interesting. There is 1 pair of iron leggings, protection 3, but it keeps getting better. There are 4 enchanted books. I didn't get very lucky, very bad enchantments, but you might get luckier. But more importantly, this is just beautiful. Look how it's placed perfectly in the middle. It is the Silence armor trim. I'm not too sure, but I think this is the rarest armor trim in the entire game. We've been through a lot already. 2 villages, villager outpost, a mansion, 2 trial chambers in ancient city, and we're gonna keep going. You saw it earlier, it's the ruined portal. In the center of the village, there is 1 chest. I believe it's pretty good. It's got 1 flint and steel, some flint, some gold. The flint and steel was really important because you will need to build this portal. Light it up, and we're gonna go to the Nether now. And unlike the overworld, there is no specific path that you need to follow here. I will just give you coordinates, and you can just make a path of your own. GTTC is very obvious where we are. It's a nether fortress, a really important structure in the game, and I made sure it does have the infamous nether ward. And on top of that, there are some blaze spawners, so we don't really need to look for another fortress. And no nether trip is complete without this structure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a bastion. GTTC, it's a bit further than the nether fortress, but it is very worth it. This is what you should see from above, and we don't really need to look much into it. There's just this chest room that is really good. If you open the large chest, it is pretty good. There is 1 diamond shovel, some iron sword, some golden stuff like magma cream, not so good. But there is 1 netherite scrap, which is pretty good. But this chest right here proves that size does not matter. If you open the single chest, it's way better. First of all, you get some ancient debris, a golden helmet, which is kind of trash, but obviously the best item in this chest is the netherite upgrade smithing template. This item is really important. It allows you to upgrade your diamond tools and weapons into netherite. But apart from that, inside this bastion, you're just gonna find more chests and more gold. And just like that, it's short and sweet. Our nether trip is complete. Yo, that rhymed. That's really cool. And okay, let's just go back to the overworld. And once we are back at this crazy village, it's gonna be the same thing as the nether. There is a second location in the overworld that we need to go to, and there is no specific path you can follow, so just go there. GTTC, it's not that far away. This is our second spot. As you can see, it's just a cozy little place. There is a village. It doesn't have any blacksmith, but it's still a pretty good village. There are only 2 spots here, and by the way, there is a snow mountain over there, which is pretty good. You can find some powdered snow, but now it's gonna get interesting. GTTC. Ding, 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 ding. What is that? It's the big leagues. They're just, you know, they're calling. So DSD, be really careful again. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's another ancient city. The best structure in the game doubled in this seed. And that's right, that means there are more than 20 chests for you to explore again. I cannot show you all of them or this video is gonna be an hour long, so I will leave it up to you. And let's make it interesting. Just like last time, I want you to find the best chest in either of these ancient cities, take a screenshot or a photo, and post it on the community posts on this channel. And of course, the person that finds the best chest will get a shout out in the next seed video. And for the final time in this video, GTTC and DSD were still next to the second village that we found, or third, I think. Be a little careful, you will end up in the end room. So yes, we're in the stronghold, and this is the end portal. And on top of that, in this stronghold, there are 2 libraries where you can find the eye armor trim, the R armor. But apart from that, there is nothing left for us to do here, except for filling up this end portal and going to the end. Very scary. And once you're there, you're gonna need to kill the ender dragon. And once you do that, one of these small portals are going to spawn on top of the islands, and this is where it gets interesting. Not everyone will be getting the same end portal. And these right here will take you to the end islands. I'm just going to break the bedrock, but you should probably use an ender pearl or some water to crawl. And let's just go inside. It's going to take me to one location in the end islands. But just like I said, it's not going to be the same for you. But it doesn't matter where you spawn, you will always find an end city near you. So just grab a lot of ender pearls, a lot of bridging blocks, a lot of food, and start looking for one. And after a bit of looking, as you can see, I found 2 insane end cities next to each other. This structure is really good. It has a lot of chests, but more importantly, it has a lot of ender chests, but more importantly, it needs to have one of these ships. I'm pretty sure all of you know what it has, but if you go inside, go down these 2 flights of stairs, you will find it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the elytra, the most important item after defeating the Ender Dragon. And just like that, overworld complete, Nether complete, and complete. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It was me, Modstop. Bye-bye.